Well, 2019 was Australia's hottest and driest year on record. The start of the new decade, it's been incredibly sad. Hundreds of homes have been lost in the devastating fires across the country. Times of tragedy is when we often see the best in people, and one of the oldest and largest charities, the Red Cross, has been there offering support since 1914. Poppy Brown, State Director for the Australian Red Cross, joins me now. Poppy, thank you so much for your time. You've been absolutely inundated, haven't you, with the donations to the Disaster Relief and Recovery Fund. Can you give us an idea, Poppy, of how many generous people have helped and what they've been donating?
It has just been absolutely fantastic, thank you. And yes, we are currently over $52 million, which is just unbelievable. So the generosity of Australians and people around the world has just been overwhelming for us. It's really fantastic.
And it's not just money, is it, Poppy? I mean, we've got coming up with so many creative ideas. We've got the trauma teddies, a lot of people are sort of knitting and, you know, using their time creatively and just helping to raise so much money, big and small, in fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we've had, you know, children running lemonade stands and donating their pocket money to big retailers. General Pants got a whole lot of retailers to donate their profits. And, you know, we've had Shane Warne's baggy green cap auctioned off for $1 million. So it's just been absolutely amazing. And also overseas, we've had lots of people fundraise for us overseas, celebrities donating to Red Cross and also the other charities and agencies that are supporting our communities. It's just been fantastic how people are pulling together to support Australian communities.
Yeah, it certainly has. And the ACEs for bushfire relief from Tennis Stars and Tennis Australia. We'll be talking to Jaslyn Hewitt with more on that shortly. But can you give us an understanding of the extent of where your people have been and what they've been doing to support?
Well, we've had about 2,000 volunteers and staff supporting across all the states and territories that have been impacted. So New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia at the moment. Supporting in the fires, we've been supporting the evacuation centres and also the relief centres that are now operating as well in different areas. The fire season has been, you know, really full on for the last few months, and our volunteers have just been fantastic. I'd like to say a huge thank you, because they're local people who are supporting their local communities. In a lot of cases, their own homes have been impacted and they've been evacuated, and they've just been turning up, putting on the Red Cross T-shirts and really helping out. So it's just been fantastic, and a massive shout out to them. Yeah,
they're so selfless, aren't they? We also experience cyclones, floods, other devastation, a non-stop dedicated team that you've got.
Yeah, we're so lucky to have them, and you know, all our emergency services volunteers are trained in psychological first aid, so they can help people cope with the trauma of some of these events, like the fires or like a cyclone. So it's fantastic. They're all kind of ready to go, and then they've been there in the communities when they've been needed. So it's just really great.
Yeah, how are they feeling? I mean, we're talking about the fireys being so clearly exhausted. I mean, it's been relentless, these fires. How are they? How are the locals feeling as well?
Well, look, I think absolutely, you know, the fireys are absolutely on the front line. Our volunteers are kind of there in the background supporting some of the psychosocial needs of people when they come into the evacuation centres. But certainly it's draining for them. We know they're tired. They're running on adrenaline. We are doing lots of rostering for people to make sure that people, you know, go and get some rest and then come back again. So, but people are quite tired.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we talked about the $52 million that's been donated, which is extraordinary. What if people would like to, you know, be a volunteer, donate their time? Is it a lengthy process to actually apply to become a volunteer? What's the process?
So people can, if they're interested in becoming a volunteer, they can go to our website and register their interest. As I said, all of our volunteers are trained up, and so there is a bit of a we have to obviously do some checks on people just to make sure that we protect the safety of our clients, and then we provide training. So we encourage people, if you're interested, it means you won't be able to help right now in the evacuation centres, but be able to help ongoing. But we are also having people volunteer, which is just fantastic. We're having professionals volunteer to help us manage the large volume of donations and things like that, so we're immensely grateful to them. So if people want want to volunteer their time. It's not just helping in the evacuation centres. If they've got skills that they'd like to help us with, then companies have been coming forward, which has just been a real help to us.
Oh, yeah, brilliant, and so many people with such unique skills, as you mentioned. And also the Register Find Reunite. Tell us about that.
So that's a service which enables people to connect with their friends and family. So we encourage people, if you are evacuated, to register on the website or give us a call on the 1-800 number, and that means that your friends and family can find you, because we know in the recent fires that mobile phone communications have gone down. So it's just really stressful for friends and family if they don't know where you are. So that's a really good way of connecting people. We've had over 35,000 people register.
You have been doing a marvellous job, and we really appreciate you and everybody at the Red Cross's time. Thank you so much, Poppy Brown. All the best for the rest of the bushfire season and beyond. Poppy Brown, State Director for the Australian Red Cross. Thank you.
Thank you for your support.